Coraline, a 2009 cult classic. A great movie. Yeah. This is Reviews with Jack. This is the first movie review I'm doing where I'm going to be reviewing movies. I did like a review on a Goosebumps book a long time ago. That was a while ago. Either way, today we're reviewing the movie Coraline. I just seen it in theaters, the remastered version, yesterday. According to right now, filming it. Wasn't that much different from the regular movie. It's just a little different, I think, and then it had like a little thing at the end, like there before seeing like things about like how they made the dolls and the hair and stuff. I mean, that was cool, I guess. But they had pretty similar stuff on their YouTube channel, which I had already seen. So, you know. Now let's talk about the movie. This is a huge spoiler alert. I'm literally just gonna be talking about everything that happens in the movie. Okay, so we start off Coraline moving into these like this big mansion called the Pink Palace Apartments. They split it into three places for three different so Coraline and her family lives in the main house. Mr. Babinski, which is like this circus guy, lives in the attic, and Miss Spink and Forcible live in the downstairs. Got it? Cool. So basically that all happens, blah blah blah. She meets this kid named Wybie, whose grandmother owns the Pink Palace, and he's not allowed to go there because it's dangerous. Anyway, we meet him, and then we haven't met Mr. Babinski or Miss Spink and Forcible yet. Not quite yet. Well, I mean, we've seen them, but Coraline hasn't met them yet. Anyway, that night, a mouse wakes her up, and she goes, downstairs, and then there's a... Okay, backtracking, I forgot to say this. There's this little tiny door in the wall, which I believe in the book, it's like a big, a normal door, but they made it like a tiny door in the movie, which does make it better, I feel. Anyway, behind it's bricks, blah blah blah. The key to it is the button on the end of it. And then that night she gets woken up by a mouse. She chases it downstairs through the thing, and then it's like this blue portal thing. She goes through it. All right, cool. And then she sees her mother there in the middle of the night. And she turns around and she has buttons for eyes. Creepy. Not that creepy. Yeah. Blah blah. She's like, go find your father. It's time for supper or whatever. She go finds her father. Her father has this piano that controls his hands, which I think is controlled by. They call themselves the other mother. The other mother and the other father. I just did mother, which is mother and father. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. It's like a mixture. Either way, basically, he plays a song for her on this piano that controls his hands, so he's not really playing piano. It's just the hands that are controlling his hands, which basically kind of foreshadowing. Also, the song, foreshadowing, in the lyrics it goes, she's a peach, which foreshadows to the beldam, which is what they call the other mother, this ugly old woman, like a witch or something, I think. I looked it up. She's a doll. Also, there's a doll given to her by Wybie. I don't know if I even said his name before, but yeah, his name is Wybie. Wyborn. Why were you born? Yeah, she's really mean. Just keep that in mind. Either way, basically that. So she gets a doll, it's got the button eyes, and it's following her around and showed her where the door was before she went through the door, before the mouse thing. That's why they unlocked it or whatever. So basically, she's a doll. That's alluding to the doll. She's a pal of mine. The other father tries to actually help her, which he does. She just chooses a button. over there, something about like we're always watching her or something like that, which Spelldam is. Everything with buttons on it, she can see through, I believe. I don't completely know. This movie doesn't explain a lot, but it hints at a lot as well. Either way, what happens next? So, they have dinner, whatever. She goes to bed, I think. And she wakes up, tells her parents, blah, blah, blah. Then she meets Mr. Babinski because their mail got mixed up and it's like cheese, so he can feed the mice different cheese because my new song goes oompa oompa, but the mice go toot toot. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. Either way, basically she meets Mr. B, which is this like circus guy with blue skin for whatever reason. Normal, totally normal. Then she goes down to Miss Spink and Forcible, which are trying to make her tea, and then they read her tea leaves, which is like Miss Spink sees it as like a peculiar hand, foreshadowing, which is danger, I guess, and Miss Forcible sees it as a giraffe. Yeah, she's got a giraffe in her future. Yeah, that's cool. Either way, moving on, it's, what happens next? I think that night, she goes back in, and then, I think Wybie is there. I think she meets the other Wybie. I don't remember exactly everything in order. I mean, I remember a lot of it, but not, like, in order exactly. She meets the other Wybie, which can't talk. I fixed him! Yeah, fixed him. Yeah. I'm not sure if this happens before or after, but the other father takes her on like this. She sees the garden and it's like all pretty and stuff, and they got flowers and all this, and there's like this giant praying mantis that he rides that like makes flowers. So, you know, normal stuff like that. And then the giant praying mantis starts flying, and they see it from up above, and it's like her face. And the other father goes, she knows you like the back of her hand, which, yeah. Anyway, back to the other Wybie. They're going up to see Mr. They're going up to see Mr. Babinski's Mount Circus. Heard him if he would say that, probably. Either way. But they go see the Mount Circus, which is maybe my favorite thing. It's just really cool looking, and I like the music for whatever reason. Mount Circus, yay. That happens, and then, I don't know, does she go back home? I don't remember if she goes back home or not. But then she comes back to the other world, and she sees Miss Spink and Forcible's show, which, a long story short, they do this, like, thing where they're singing a song, but then they get jealous of each other, which they do in the real world as well, like arguing over which tea Coraline should have or whatever. Oh, and everybody calls her Caroline instead of Coraline, whatever. Except for in the other world, of course, they all know her real name in the other world, because the other world is perfect, no matter what you say. She sees that show, and then they like turn into like younger versions of themselves, do this trapeze type thing. Whatever, that was cool, I guess. And it's like a theater filled with their dogs, and they stuff their dogs when they die, whatever. Anyway, and then actually, I think before she sees the show, there's a black cat that Wybie feeds, and before she sees the Spink and Forcible show, the cat is in the other world, so apparently he can go through portals to the other world and whatnot. But he doesn't have the button eyes. It's just like he's a normal cat. That's the only cat. There's not like a other version of him. And she's like warning her about it. And the real Babinski says that the mice told him to say don't go through the little door. So basically everything is telling her not to do this. She doesn't care. Either way, after that, she goes back inside and she's like, "Oh, we got a present for you. We got one tiny little thing." I don't know why her voice goes up when she says "tiny little thing" in that scene. It's kind of weird. The buttons. Yeah. They give her the buttons to like, "Hey, you want me to rip your eyes out? You know? Is that cool with you? Just need a thumbs up here." Either way, and she's like, "Oh no, I'm gonna go to bed, blah blah blah." "Oh, so soon?" Yeah, she goes to bed. She tries to fall asleep, but she wakes up right back in the other world. She never went to the real world. She never went back. And there's this theory that, like, after the first time she went in, she never actually came out, ever. And she's lost no matter what. The first time she went into the other world, she's a loser. She's done for. Either way, what else? She wakes back up, and then her father, the other father, is like, "Oh, I can't talk when mother's not around." And then he does, like, probably, like, one of the scariest parts of the thing. He's just like, eh. It's like the Jack Skellington. It's like what Jack Skellington does. I don't know what I just did. I just like what Jack Skellington does in that one scene in Night Before Christmas. Maybe they were trying to allude to that. Either way, after that, she runs away, whatever, and then she goes in and sees the other mother in that living room where the little door is. But, like, now it's filled with, like, bug-type stuff. Whatever, and so then she's like, "You have to apologize," and she's like, "No," and she's like, "On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, and as she's saying 1, 2, 3, she's like morphing into like the half morph of the Beldam. It's like half and half, other mother and Beldam, and it was pretty scary, especially for a kids movie. Like, really, what were you thinking? Leica Studios, terrorizing children since 2005. Either way, and then she throws her through a mirror, not like it's like a portal to like a cell type thing, where there are 3 other ghost children. Yeah, she eats children. She doesn't only want to like rip out their eyes and replace them with bugs. She like eats them. She survives on children and bugs. I don't know why she doesn't just survive on bugs, but children too, you know. Gotta get the bug part and the human flesh part. Okay. Basically they tell her, blah blah blah, she's evil, she whatever. You gotta find her eyes, which is weird because she's only gotta find 3 eyes, so she only gotta find one of their eyes instead of like 6 eyes. She's only gotta find 3, which I find kind of weird. Whatever. She does that, and then the other YB breaks her out of the mirror cell thing, and he's like, again, kids movie, got like, his face is tied to make him be smiling, because after speaking forceful show, the other mother was like, you gotta keep smiling, you can't be sad, she can't suspect anything, although what, even though I just threw her in a cell where the other ghost children are, which they'll tell her everything. I don't know. That just seems messed up. Why didn't she plan that? She knew the other children were in there. She knew that the other children would probably tell her about her. Whatever. And then it's like, and then she unties the thing, and then she goes back to the portal as the other mother is like, "Where are you?" She comes back through, and then her parents are gone. They vanished. They're gone. Bye-bye. She finds a hat in the suitcase. Actually, I think that happened before they went missing, but whatever. The cat shows her where her parents are. They're behind the same mirror, but in the real world. So it's like weird. And it's like cold or something. It's like really cold, which is like related to something, but I'm not gonna say yet. Either way, basically, she's got to find her parents now, so she decides to go back through, and when she's going back through the portal, the cat tells her the Beldam cannot refuse a game. So she goes back through, challenges the Beldam to the game to find the 3 eyes and her parents. She finds the 3 eyes with Oh yeah, and now like the other father's turned into like a pumpkin type thing, which earlier in the movie she said, your father must be as hungry as a pumpkin. Yeah. Yeah. He's like a pumpkin type thing. So, that's cool. And then she finds the first eye. Miss Pink and Forcible, after her parents go missing, like matches up this candy, and there's like this like Illuminati thing, like where you can see through it. And again, Miss Pink and Forcible are the bad things or lost things, which I think it's probably lost things, not bad things. I don't know. She finds one of the eyes looking through the thing, and then there's the other father on his praying mantis, chasing after her. And he's going, sorry, so sorry, don't want to hurt you, mother making me. And then it was like the handle, and the hands were like controlling him. The hands that we spoke about before on the piano were controlling him to make him hurt her. And now he's like the same kind of pumpkin shape, but like he's all like white. I don't know why. Either way, he gives her the thing as he's dying, normal stuff like that. And then she goes to find the other one, which is in Miss Pink and Forcible, I believe. She goes down to the theater, and it's like that all the dogs are like made out of bats. So basically everything, other than the Belle Dame herself, is made out of things. The father's made out of a pumpkin. The dogs are made out of bats. And then she finds the second eye, and she looks at her and she's like, oh, it's in here, in this like candy wrapper. She puts her hand through, and then it's like these candy monsters. So basically Spink and Forcible were made out of candy. Like this like stretchy candy for whatever reason. I don't know. Why are you asking me? She ends up getting that. She gets the dog bats to attack the candy Spink and Forcible. Runs out, and then the third eye is in Babinski's attic, I guess. He is made out of rats, so, and the rats are like, the Belle Dame's like, henchmen, I guess? So, Babinski is made out of rats, and he has the last eye, but he's like made out of rats, and it's like, here's a copy of the real Babinski, and it's like, I'm not even that anymore, and then he turns into a bunch of rats, and it's creepy. Then she tries to and then the rats run away with the eye, and she throws her little seeing thing at them, loses the seeing thing, loses the eye. She's stupid, obviously. And then she's like, oh no, she breaks through, and it's like, you got the staircase up to the attic, and then the staircase falls down, and she like gets knocked out for like half a second. And then the cat comes down, who apparently attacked the rats, which are filled with sawdust for a reason. Oh, and the other YB, when he saved Coraline that one time through the mirror, he was like made out of sawdust too, but he's like, I can't come with you because I can't go through the portals or something. I think that's what he was trying to say. Of course, he can't talk. Either way, she gets the third eye, and then she goes back in, and then basically the entire world starts just like going away. I don't know what the correct word would be. It just like starts fading away, and basically the only thing left is house. So she runs to the house, and then there's like this green light, and my god, kids movie, right? PG, we got the full form of the Belle Dame. Her face is all like cracked. She has the metal hands that we saw in the very beginning in the title sequence, making the Coraline doll. Blah blah blah. And she's like, basically the whole movie's been alluding to spiders, bugs. She eats bugs. They drive a Volkswagen Beetle. The wallpaper in the main living room, bug wallpaper. Bug. This movie goes so into detail. That's another reason I love it. Either way, she's like, oh, give me 3 items. And Coraline's like, oh, we're not done yet. I haven't found my parents. And she says, it's through the little door, thinking she's gonna like trick the Belle Dame to open the door so she can run back through the portal. She opens the door and she's like, you're wrong. And then the cat sees them. They're in the Detroit Zoo snowflake, trying to pour into a web. I don't know why she didn't run. She like stood there for too long and didn't run for the door when it was open. I don't know, that was kind of dumb. Now it's like a spider web. Again, spider. And the whole thing is like, oh, she made a sound on the spider web. Oh, and she threw the cat at the building and ripped off her butt knife. So now the building can't see. So when the web begins, when Coraline makes a noise on the web, she can hear it. That's basically what spiders do. She runs up in that direction. She ends up escaping with the help of the ghost children. Somehow their like magical, mystical hands close the door shut. Her hand gets cut off, her metal hand thing. She runs through, the door starts getting closer for whatever reason. It's kind of weird. Then she escapes. Yay. Then her parents are back. They don't realize they've been trapped. They're like, don't remember any of that. I don't even know if they were even trapped in the first place. Whatever. Then basically, what was I gonna say? She goes to sleep and the ghost children are like, thank you for freeing us. But yay. But you're not safe. You're gonna die. We're safe. Yeah, it's over and done for us, but you're dead. Either way, so it's like, there's only one key. There's only one key to open the door. And Coraline has that key. And the Beldam will find a way, because her rats can still go through the portal. That door is not the only portal. There are other portals. That's how the cat has been going in and out. And the rats do the same thing. It's just, the other mother can't, the Beldam can't go through those smaller portals. So, basically, the Beldam can still find it, because she can send her rats through. So she decides to throw the key down an old well, which we see in the very beginning when we meet Wybie. There's this well, which is supposedly another portal to the other world. Because Wybie says if you fall down there and then look up, you'll see a full set of stars in the middle of the day. Whoa! Because it's always nighttime in the other world. You know, cool stuff like that. She tries to throw it down the well. The hand catches up with her, chokes her, and drags her against the ground. And oh, what's up? Wybie's here. Look at that. Saves the day, whatever. They crush the hand and throw it down the well with the key in like this blanket. I don't know. It smashes it with a rock, the hand. So, you know, whatever. Then it goes down the well. Yay, we did it. Not really. You're still dead. And a theory is, down that well is another portal to the other world. So basically what she just did is throw the key back down into the other world, which is, I guess, a good theory, but all this isn't, not everything I'm telling you is canon, but whatever. Basically, then that's over, blah, blah, blah. She's like, what am I going to tell my grandma? I've been out so late, blah, blah, blah. And also, now he's found a photo of his grandma and his grandma's twin sister, which is one of the ghost children who got stolen. And that's why his grandma thinks it's dangerous, because he'll get stolen and he won't let him in the Pink Palace. Basically, you can see the grandma and her sister with the doll, whatever, with the picture of the doll, which is in the very beginning of the Beldam takes the doll from the window and turns it into the Coraline doll, which was filled with stuffing, but then she fills it with sawdust for whatever reason. I've heard a lot of theories that it's like sand, it's soul sand. It looks more like sawdust than anything to me, but I mean, hey, whatever. Anyway, it's over, blah, blah, blah. They bring the grandma to the garden party where everybody's at. And they're like, oh, I'm gonna tell you everything. Then the movie ends. Round of applause. Great. 25 minutes. I said that all in 25 minutes. That's nice. Good movie. I really like it. It's nice. It's cool. It's very scary. Again, kids movie. And it's not only scary, it's also inappropriate at parts, which is, I mean, it's 2009. The 2000s and 90s were weird. I was born in 2010, so that movie came out like right before I was born. I guess not right before, but whatever. Anyway, I like it. It's a good movie. I was planning with this Reviews with Jack thing, I would do like movies that I see in theaters. That's why I started with this. But only movies that I see in theaters unless I change my mind, which I most likely will, because I never keep my mindset. Whatever. That was Review to Jack. That was Jack Reviews Coraline. Tell me down below what you think about this movie. I think it's pretty good.